Curse of the Womb or something.
Man, I love this episode.
This episode was cool.
This episode was really fucking tight.
Yeah.
Quick synopsis. They get called to what at first you'd think it's a kind of a school. I thought it was a school. I don't know. Maybe I read something wrong.
Yeah, because the last one they're like, it's a prison.
Yeah.
And then it shows up and it's all kids.
It's all kids. So it's
Yeah.
just like, whoa.
Yeah.
What do these kids do? These hardened 10-year-old kids.
Oh, by the way, the kid they find looks about 45.
Yeah.
The kid they find in there is 45 years old.
So like one of the parts that I love about this guy is that at first you're just like you meet his mom and you're like, oh, I wonder what happened with this kid, and then like he's like, oh yeah, he drove without a license and killed a little girl. And it's like, it's still pretty vague. Like, is it because did he kill her with the car or did he get out of the car?
He got out of the car.
Park and just like beat the shit out of him.
When we got him for driving without a license, we couldn't prove the dead girl. we couldn't. We just got him with what we could.
Yeah. It's like, how bad do you hate driving without a license? It's like, even if he had a license, he killed a kid.
They made a real note of like, and I can't believe you would drive without a license. I can't believe
it's like, come on, man, you couldn't pass the test?
Yeah.
Come on, parallel parking.
Come on, man.
Stay away from the no zones and the trucks. It's like such a stickler for the rules.
He's like, I've been watching a lot of American movies. I thought I was on the right side of the road.
Yeah.
I can't pass the test.
Yeah, it's like, maybe instead of taking him to jail, just take him to traffic court at first. And it's like, yeah, well, then, Your Honor, he killed the kid. No, I don't care about that. But like, was he signaling?
Yeah,
I need to know.
Like, look, kids die every day.
Yeah. It's like, well, Your Honor, you're right.
It's like, that's a great point.
I loved this episode. I don't remember the name of the guy with the glasses, but the veil technique was very cool.
Oh, yeah.
I thought when he started, like, there's just in the episode, spoiler alert, but there's this technique that he does that covers the entire area and so that no one can see what's happening. And I was like, man, I could have used this in high school. Let me tell you.
Veil, go up.
Veil, mom and dad can't see what I'm watching right now.
Like, everything looks normal in there, I guess.
Yeah, I just feel like, I wonder what people see when they see the veil. Is it like normal or is it just like something like you want to see? Is it like a fantasy situation?
I think they see like if you're going back to your example, like your parents would just see like your closed door or something on the veil, and then they like walk through it, and it's just a nightmare.
Yeah, well, it's just you studying.
You're like,
okay, and it's just like if they get any closer, it's like they go through the veil even more, and it's just see you watching the most disgusting porn.
Yeah,
it's like, oh man,
like, oh my god,
it's like you learned magic just to do this. You learn magic so you can hide.
Jujutsu sorcery.
Yeah, it's like basically J.K. Rowling's Invisible Cloak.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
And they go inside the prison and it's like warped. The demon dogs.
Demon dogs
had a central role in this episode.
Yeah,
the demon dogs was summoned to go find the curse. Mm-hmm. They did none of that.
Well, so the first appearance, you're like, oh, so cute. This dog is so cute. And then like 10 minutes later, you're like, oh no.
Yeah, the dog got put straight through a wall like it was taxidermy. It's like, yeah, this dog is good. It'll help us. Like, it'll know when the curse is clear. Nah.
Yeah.
This dog did nothing. Mm-hmm. Immediately got put through a fucking wall. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What a fucking useless pooch.
Yeah. And I think this was a good episode that kind of like goes, this is actually what we fight. This is like the real stakes. It kind of reminds me of Demon Slayer when they first encounter the spider demon.
Oh yeah,
or whatever. Where you go like, oh, this is really the problem.
Yeah,
it's like we got guys who can kill like people who haunt your closet or whatever, but like the people who have been really terrorizing the country are these like people that no one can stand against. Yeah,
they did a good job of like kind of like explaining the different grades of the demons. Like it's like one you could beat with a baseball bat, another one you could kill with a shotgun if you really needed to.
Yeah,
which is like basically if I was the Japanese NRA, I'd be like, well, see, you got it. Listen. Do you want demons? I mean, curses coming through your places.
We got to get guns back in this country.
They come in your neighborhood and they look safe at first, but you never know.
Right.
Just dog whistling. Yeah. Demon dog whistling.
Demon dog whistling. This show does exposition so funny.
Yes.
That I don't mind that they're just taking 5 minutes to explain to me
totally
all the levels of demons and stuff.
Itadori, like being the audience, is so funny. He's just like, wait, I don't understand.
Like,
he's like, I'm kind of new. It's like, yeah, we know you're new, but you're so fucking funny
right.
and adorable that we fucking let's let it slide.
Yeah, we love it.
And I think the thing about this show is it did such a good job in the first couple episodes of world building that we let the exposition slide because we were like, this will pay off in the future episodes.
Oh yeah.
So we forgive that kind of bad writing.
I mean, it's just like the territory of anime is you go like, look, I don't know.
It's not even, I should say bad writing back because it's just like this thing where like, as someone who like tries to write scripts and stuff like that, there's so many to like deliver these complex ideas. Sometimes you just have to be like, hey, this is what it is.
It's just an info dump.
This is an info dump.
And you need to do it sometimes.
Yeah.
Because, and I think people don't care as long as they're not bored.
Yeah.
As long as they're like, oh, I'm learning something new that I wanted to learn about and it's funny or entertaining, whatever.
It's done in a very smart way too.
Yeah.
Ways that like, you're like, I buy that. And there's a cute demon dog, so I'm gonna go with this.
That gets all the jerky he wants.
Yeah,
because he's a good boy.
Yeah. The special is a special grade curse. Hilarious character design.
The curse of the womb.
Yeah.
Or the womb curse or whatever.
So wait, is this a fetus? I was a little confused.
Yeah, so that fetus got ripped real quick.
Yeah,
because it was just a little fetus last episode.
Yeah. It just got fucking jacked.
Yeah, I got a glow up.
Yeah, we're like, whoa. I remember like they were looking up at it at the end of the last episode, and they were just like, okay, that could be a problem, but I could beat up a kid. Yeah, like a little like 9-month baby.
Yeah.
This feels like a PSA for anti-abortionists. They've gotten into anime, man.
Yeah, when you try to kill a fetus, it'll kill you back.
It'll kill you back. It'll rip off your fingers.
Yeah, this is not a curse. This is actually the power of the Lord. This was the Lord. Judging these juvenile delinquents.
Yeah. It's like you guys had premature sex, and that's why you're in jail. Yeah, and you didn't get your license, but the rest of you. It was this curse of the womb. What it was originally a fetus, and then now it's just this rip-jacked white thing that has like the creepiest smile.
Yeah.
It has like just such a nasty, like the teeth on this thing creeped me the fuck out. I was just like, man, like it just like as soon as I saw that the demon or the curse, excuse me, I keep saying demon, but like it was so like menacing, and like the fact that they couldn't move was, I was like, oh, that's really that, like, you're right. It just showed you the stakes of what these things can do. Because like before, all the other curses that they had fought were kind of like whatever. They were kind of like interesting, but you kind of like knew they were going to be fine. But this one, immediately you're like, oh, okay, they fucked up. They should not be here.
Right.
Run the fuck out of here. And I just felt, I was just like kind of happy the way they decided to put this fight out there. Like, oh, these guys aren't ready for this.
Yeah.
They're out over their heads.
And I love the world they set up where it's like they're shorthanded, so they'll send you anyway. Yeah. They'll be like, you're not ready, but you're all we got.
Yeah, Sensei Gojo, I think he went to another mission.
Yeah, he was away on business.
Yeah, on business, which means he had a secret family. Let's be honest. He has a secret family. He's like, hi guys, I'm home. He takes off his glasses. Normal. They're like, Dad, how was work? He's like, Japan. Crazy.
Japan's crazy, man. Look at all these cursed fingers and shit.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. Anyway, it's like, Dad, aren't you like, don't you work for Sony?
Sure.
Watch him be Deku's dad. Watch him
the
be
mysterious.
Like, the mysterious dad. Just a weird crossover for some reason. So they were clearly over their heads. Kitsubiri, I think she got sucked away to this ultimate pocket area of the.
Yeah, he just like sinks her into the ground.
Yeah,
and then she's I guess I don't know, the basement or something.
I think it's like they have like floor.
Because they have like expanded domains or something. So I guess which means special grade curses.
Yeah,
they can have. Because what the building is just like 2 stories.
Well, I love that special grade curses are also kind of like they just come over and just they're like the Property Brothers. They just come over, renovate the whole place. Like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna come in, we're gonna take on that wall, make it an accent wall. Okay? And we're gonna put in an entertainment center there. A couple dead bodies there.
I think this could be a shrine to me.
Yeah. It is like very much so. Like they just come in and just like they're just immediately a bad roommate. Yeah, just take over your whole area.
This is to do a close up interview with the center's like warden. He's like, I didn't know we could have so much space in here.
This value, this typically would cost you $20,000. Right. We did it for 3 dead bodies.
Just 3 dead bodies.
3 dead bodies. Like, oh my God, 3 dead bodies.
This is cool.
This is pretty cool. And now you have more space because they're dead. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, cool. He does look like now that I think about it, he does look like the most intense interior decorator of all time.
If he has the frame of the Property Brothers.
He does.
He's kind of like tall and jacked.
Yeah. And those guys are really, really funny. So, it would if you wanted to combine both of their Property Brothers and add a curse, that's who this guy is.
That's who it would be. Yeah.
I feel like the fight itself was very cool. I felt like Itadori was very. You kind of learned a lot about his character. It's kind of like tested his will. I felt like because he was like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna. Spoiler alert, by the way, too late.
Yeah, I mean, we're just doing episode recaps of this, so
this is like week. Episode 3, so you should know what we're doing right now. But he kind of was just like, I thought it was like very real. It's like this. He's been so happy-go-lucky, and I think he kind of realized what he's gotten himself into, and that regret was a very real emotion that everyone's been there. Where it's like this thing that you thought was cool, and then you're getting into it, and it's like, oh shit, these are the real stakes. I could die. I mean, I've never had any life or death situations, but. I think we both have been in situations where we thought we're going to be awesome, and then they ended up being shitty.
Yeah, you just it was a good moment of like, it's easy to say, or if you're like naturally talented at something, and you go in there and you go, oh yeah, I'm going to be the fucking best. Yeah, and they're like, hey, you can actually help us out, and you're like, yeah, obviously, obviously, I'll be a help to you guys. Yeah, and then the first challenge, you're like, oh no, I wasn't ready for this at all.
Man, I lost my arm.
I lost my arm.
I was going to use that veil technique later.
Yeah, man. Remember your first stand-up gig in front of a crowd and you lost your arm?
Yeah.
you're like, I got heckled so hard, they blew my arm off.
Your arm flew off, and then your fingers flew off the next time.
And you're just like, Nani.
You're like, oh. That's basically what happens. And then he goes like, hey, you run away. Go save Kitsuburi, and I'm going to go fight this demon one-on-one. I'm going to try to hold him off. I mean, this curse one-on-one. I'm going to try to hold him off until you give me a signal. And I really like that dynamic. I was a little confused. I didn't know he had a bird inside of him either.
Toshiguro. He has a whole. He has a whole zoo.
He has a petting zoo. Yeah. I had no idea. I thought it was just the demon dogs.
He's got the frog.
Got the bird. He's got every pet that a kid would have as a little kid.
Yeah.
It's like frogs, birds, pets, dogs. No cats.
Was
he allergic?
We're waiting for him.
What's going on? I want to see a cat. I love cats.
Yeah, I feel like cats have they got like godly power.
Yeah, I feel like if I were to think of any demon pet, maybe a cat.
Maybe that's like his final.
Oh,
it's like his like ultra.
Yeah, it's just like a little kid.
This is a house cat.
Yeah,
and it just ignores you, and you're like, oh, come on. You're like, oh no.
Yeah.
It just hurts your heart.
Are just like, oh, come on,
man,
pay attention to me. It's not. It doesn't like you until you die.
Right.
It's like, thank you.
Nuzzles up.
And Kitsuburi was about to die. She's about to get eaten by a mushroom, I believe.
Yeah. The demons are so funny looking. The low level demons are always like
the low level demons are just like dumb looking like mutated Super Mario villains.
Just a bunch of Goombas.
Yeah. They're just like, kill me.
Like, the one that I don't think we talked about it on I think it was last episode. They're at a department store, and the one that pops up and is like, do you need a receipt?
Yeah.
And Itadori just like cuts his head off.
I was just trying to help. Yeah. I just wanted to get a retail job. And then he, after he gets the signal, he summons Sukuna.
Because he knows he can't win, so he knows he needs this guy's power.
Oh, but he does use his power for a little bit.
Yeah, he does. He summons some curse.
Yeah, we completely skipped over that. He summoned the curse. Didn't do much damage, but it still was like a breakthrough.
Yeah.
It still was a breakthrough, and I like that there was like a little bit of the teasing, not like something that like actually knocked the demon back. The curse back. I think it was so smart. Because it's something we see, I feel like, in most shonen, it's just that, like, you see his potential.
Yeah.
Look how strong he is.
Right.
If once he learns it, dude, he's going to be a monster. And it's like, nah, I want to see that he's weak. He's not good at this.
Yeah.
Because that's how it really is in most things you're trying to build. It's like, you're terrible at first. You're complete dog shit. You have no potential.
Yeah, it's kind of the new era of anime, I feel like.
Yeah.
Is like from My Hero to Demon Slayer to this. Yeah. It's like all these guys who, like, maybe have bursts of strength, but then like their arm gets blown off, or they break their arm.
Yeah, I like this new. I feel like this is the next stage. It's like no, it's not even that his arm blows off. It's that like someone else takes his arm off. He tries to fight back, but he can't.
Yeah,
he absolutely can't. And then he summons the demon. I'm Sukuna.
Yeah,
and Sukuna is immediately like, oh. Fuck you. Yeah. I'm going to go kill your friend.
Dude, I loved it so much because he's like, this piece of shit. And then he turns to the other curse and he's just like, we should team up.
We should team up.
Which, by the way, there's something inherently funny about villains teaming up.
It's so funny.
I don't know because
it's like Dick Dastardly. It's just like the twirling of the mustache. He's like, I'm going to have fun with that girl too.
Our master plans.
It's like, oh no.
Yeah. But the other curse, because I think he's a baby, is like, huh?
The looker's like, I don't know how to deal with somebody who's stronger than me.
Right.
I love, so they start fighting and he's just wrecking this dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not even treating, he's like, they say we're both special grade, but I'm going to show you what a real special grade is.
Yeah.
And then he does his own interior decorating with Malevolent Shrine.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, man, I want that in my house.
Yeah, it'd be cool to just to like flex and then your house gets bigger.
Your house gets bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, that's way better than a lazy boy.
Yeah,
for
dude,
sure.
You could make legit minimum wage and be like, you know what, it's fine.
Yeah.
I can just
Let's try whatever the fuck I want.
I live in a mansion.
Yeah.
People don't know it, but I live in a mansion.
Yeah. And the look on the special grade was so funny when he did that.
Yeah.
Where he was just like, his face was so stuck. It is that moment. Like, I feel like every guy has gone through this when you think you're gonna hook up with a girl, and then she like hits you with the Malevolent Shrine of just like, oh no, I'm sorry, but I was not planning on giving you any at all, and you're just like, oh. You told me this one story about you on the train, you and a girl. Do you want to tell that story?
Oh yeah.
It's to me that's a Malevolent Shrine moment.
Well, so I was on. This is when I was living in New York, and we're on a day. We're like going back, and we live off the same train. So
perfect.
It's perfect.
If you ever live in New York, if you guys have to live on the same train stops, it's perfect.
Yeah. And I'm trying to be confident. I'm trying to be like, you know what? I got to make something happen here. And like we're coming up to her stop, and I was like, I'm just going to go for it. And we're pulling in, and I'm like, hey, do you want to like maybe stay on the train and come back to my place?
Yeah.
And then the doors open, and she's like, nope. And she gets off, and then the doors close.
And you're like, I'm the cursed womb.
I'm the cursed womb. And then I just have to, be on the train.
Put the veil up. It's like, no one saw that place. Please, no one saw that.
I'm like,
and everyone's like, no, we all saw that. We all saw that. Put your veil up, kid, but we all saw that.
Yeah. They just see me like looking at me like, we know you're crying under there. We know you're crying.
You pull out your phone, you start watching anime on your phone.
Yeah. It doesn't hide the sound, man. It doesn't hide the sound.
He makes light work of the fucking cursed womb. And then Itadori, he's like, "Come take control again," but he doesn't.
Yeah.
And the look he has, oh my God. I was howling laughing. I was like, that's the look that you have when your parents leave leave the house and you're like, yeah.
I don't even need to put my veil up.
Yeah. I'm about to do some fucking gross shit.
Yeah.
It was such a funny way to end. I mean, also, he's gonna go after everybody now.
Toshiguro. I'm worried. I'm worried about him.
His other demon dog's gonna die too.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about.
Maybe we'll see the demon cat now.
See the demon cat. Well, they obviously, they want you in the back of your head to be like last episode. They're like, in one of these kids dies. One of the 3 Jujutsu students dies.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I wonder if it's actually going to happen or if they're going to pull like a thing that anime does sometimes where it's like, he died, his heart stopped, but he came back.
But he came back.
Yeah.
Or it could be Itadori who dies.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I'm excited for episode 5.
Yeah, I think it's probably gonna get us some sweet fights and then
I think so.
some fallout, I imagine.
Maybe some questioning as to whether or not I should have picked this career. Yeah. Sounds familiar.
Should I be doing this?
Oh, no.
It's like, this was a horrible idea.
Shouldn't have started a podcast.